Hey everybody, welcome back to ESL King of the Hill. This is James Chen. I'm Sajam. It's a you are actually I don't know what's happening there. I don't like anything you're doing.
How's everybody going?
How's everybody going? That's James's catchphrase. That's right. I feel like every time I hear it, it doesn't really make sense to me how everybody's going. The no card is upside down.
Yeah, I know.
I was just looking at
but
my
see,
notes
you were holding
for
it upside down because how's everybody going is a phrase that's used in the land down under.
You are impressive. All right, that was pretty good. I still don't know if I buy it, but I guess it makes sense. I hope you guys are having a lovely Tuesday.
That's right.
It's my favorite day of the week.
That's
because we do the Ultra Gen show on Tuesday nights, and I get to be here at ESL, which is my two favorite things on the planet.
That's right. Coming to you from Burbank, California, in the ESL studios. So, you
just made that sound so impressive. You know, you're just like the ESL studios, powered by esports, and it's a lot of fun to be here. We got our ESL King of the Hill Street Fighter action, East Coast, West Coast.
That's
what
right.
We've been throwing down on. As you mentioned last time we were here, the West Coast is looking a little shaky.
Well, kind of, because, you know, the current king right now who took it last week was NYChrisG. See, that already just like ruined everything, right? NYChrisG.
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 That's what I'm talking about. And the other king was K-Brad,
right?
Who's from NorCal, technically, but originated on the East Coast. So it's a little weird, you know, but today's players, as you can see, Brain F. There he is on the left.
No, it's Bry4NF.
Bry4NF
yeah.
versus NORESPECT. Yeah, Brian F., you might know him from the internet. He streams a lot. He's a very, very strong Balrog player, master ranked. And NORESPECT, I think probably most notable recently, for that W over Punk and the enormous pop-off.
The pop-off? Yeah. And, you know, it's interesting because Brian F., the most recent thing that happened, well, two most recent things is one, you know, he almost beat Momochi.
Yes.
Almost, and took Momochi with the Hail Mary run into the Fierce Crush counter to take that. He had him at 0 vital at that point, and then, of course, he also got option selected by Chris Hu's Raging Demon recently.
Yeah, those are like the kind of popular things, which it's like too tough things to deal with, but like, I mean, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
So
no, he's absolutely amazing. Probably one of the strongest tech monsters for Balrog right now.
He just puts in a lot of time, you know, for sure. And as you can see, as we mentioned, the format is East Coast versus West Coast. Winner plays against the King, who is the reigning champ from the week before. As we mentioned, that is ChrisG, who is a fill-in for K-Brad.
That's right, yeah.
Took a little trip to the Bahamas. It's going to be a first 10. You can play whatever character you like. Skies, beach, and training stages are banned. It's pretty standard. The stages are just a little too visually obtrusive, so
the beach stage is banned because ChrisG was like, dang it, I'm only here because K-Brad was at the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you can't you know, play that. It's not that easy, right? But yeah, the loser has the ability to change character if they'd like, and this is our bracket for today. NORESPECT and Brian F. Our first match, EGNY, ChrisG, LA, SoCal.
Yes, that's right. West Coast ChrisG.
West Coast. Look, he's been here for like, I feel like 2 or 3 years now or something like that. It's been long enough.
Look, his whole Street Fighter V career has been in the West Coast.
Yes.
That's all you have to say, right?
Yes.
And even at a team tournament recently, I think he was representing West Coast. He was like part of a West Coast team or an LA team or something like that. I don't know if that actually happened, but I'm claiming it did.
He was on a Marvel Expedition or a Marvel Team Tournament as SoCal.
Yeah.
So I'm counting.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
You can't cheese us anymore, Chris. You're gonna have to accept us into your heart.
Yeah, at least like NY/LA ChrisG or something like that.
A little something, right?
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, but of course, we're going to have to find out who goes up against them, and that is, of course, going to be between Brian F. and NORESPECT.
Exactly.
But, again, as you can see, we're getting all these cool players. I mean, at this point in time, we're just trying to get you as many awesome matchups as we can.
Yeah.
And so if you want to keep up with what matchups are coming up or watch some of the cool highlights that they post up all the time, you can follow on Twitter at twitter.com/ESLSF. Well done. I like that. It was even the perfect height too.
Yeah.
You had it at the perfect height as well.
It was all part of the plan. And if you're planning to follow any of the awesome fighting games coming out this year, you probably want to watch the Ultra Chen TV show, which is, of course, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time-ish. Usually around then when it starts. Give or take 5 or 10 minutes. You know, we got to set up. And look, it's at the top of a penthouse suite. It's downtown Santa Monica.
Yeah. And we're going to be talking about DreamHack Austin, those results this week.
Yeah,
so.
who can believe those results that happened at DreamHack Austin?
Exactly.
Crazy, right?
It's really awesome stuff.
They're
Can't
so
wait
good,
to talk about
I can't even talk about it here.
Can't
I'm
wait
going
to talk
save
about it. Right, exactly.
So then.
But before we get started with this matchup, we are going to try to get a word with our competitors.
Yes.
But we will be doing that after this quick break. Do not go anywhere to hear from Brian F. and NORESPECT.
Everybody, welcome back to ESL King of the Hill. This is Brian F. That was a nice little nod.
No, just letting the camera know, letting the people know that I see them.
Okay.
That I'm here, I'm live, and I'm ready to play.
And this is the reason you're not streaming today?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
As you usually do. Where is your stream located at?
My stream is located on twitch.tv/Brian_F. There's no more 4. I've been stepping up the esports branding.
What?
Yeah, you may have been fooled earlier on, but it's actually been fully removed. I pulled some strings. The Twitch back office got on it. And Brian with an A, BRIAN_F. I stream most weekdays. You can catch me playing Balrog online.
Why am I even here? I was really all right. Look, I'm like a fill-in here. I feel like I got to carry the hair game. But you're here today to play some Street Fighter V against NORESPECT. How do you feel about this Urien matchup?
Urien and Balrog are, I would say, the two characters that represent the core fundamental values of Street Fighter V.
Exactly.
Footsies, spacing, and just really strong neutral game.
Exactly. Okay.
No shenanigans, no comeback mechanics allowed.
Yeah.
Just pure fundamental play. So I think that people will really enjoy that kind of a matchup where everything will be very, very based around the neutral game.
Meticulous, slow pace.
Yes, yes. We will work our way towards the corner to carry each other there, and then maybe get a little bit of some shenanigans going.
Okay.
But because of that, I'd say it's a very 5-5 matchup. Both characters have their honest ground game, and it plays out very smoothly.
Okay, so you expect it to be an honest base.
Yes, yes.
Footsie
Two
game.
of the most honest characters in the game going at it, just really showing what Street Fighter V is all about.
Okay. A while ago I saw a lot of people talking about the strength of Balrog and how he is a very powerful character. What are your thoughts about Balrog in this season currently? As you mentioned, a very honest footsie-based character.
Yes.
What do you think about him in results, relative to the rest of the cast?
I would have to say that his fundamentals are so powerful that he just out-fundamentals every other character in the game.
Yeah.
So the footsies, the spacing, it's just, the only requirement is it takes a very high level of skill to pilot this character.
Right.
So because of that, you may not be seeing the immediate results like, easier to play characters like Karen or Guile, which are getting, top placings these days.
Yeah, exactly.
But once, you know, the Balrog players become more accustomed to piloting this complex character, you'll really see those fundamentals shine and maybe take over the CPT.
Yeah, he's definitely a difficult character to play. He's got it takes about as many IQ points as he has gloves, so it's really difficult. Yeah,
yes, more than one, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, for sure, I got you there. You know, if you do happen to beat NORESPECT, let's not think too far ahead. As he is a talented competitor. I'm sure you saw the pop off when he beat Punk.
Oh yes, I did.
And if you know the ESL studio is very big, but I don't know if it's big enough for him to take that lap that he did.
Right, he might have to do 2.
Yeah, he might
just
have
to
to
get the full length of it.
Yeah, it's a big studio, but you know, theoretically, if you do happen to beat NORESPECT, you'll be playing against ChrisG. How do you feel about him as an opponent?
Well, first I want to start with NORESPECT.
Okay.
I do want to say that originally coming into ESL, I was told I was have to play against Punk. And I thought, no big deal. He's just won the past 2 American CPT events back-to-back. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and play my game. And like I said, Karen, easy to play, but nothing a good Balrog player cannot handle.
Right.
However, the only man to have given Punk even a challenge in the past 2 CPT events is NORESPECT.
Yeah.
So some would argue that Punk may be the best in the world right now, but I mean, can we really say that when the man who beat him is sitting in this room right here? So while NORESPECT may not show me any respect, I must respect my opponent.
Yeah,
he's definitely shown the results. Yes.
With strong resolve and can clearly do it against the best of them.
Yeah, and very good with cardio. The way he runs around the room, it's very impressive. So he's not going to tire out.
Those sneakers he's got on over there. I see him there. They look
he's ready to go.
Yeah, he has got the running shoes on. He looks like he's about to run up the steps in Rocky, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he has the hoodie on and ready.
Yeah, he's doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, I got it.
So he's very pumped, so I do have to, you know, get through that opponent first.
Okay.
If I manage to do that and play to ChrisG, you know, what can be said about ChrisG that hasn't been said before? He's an EVO champion. He's one of the best fighting game players of all time. I'm pretty much just honored to be here.
Okay.
To even, you know, challenge these kind of players. So I've only played him once in Street Fighter V in the past. That was at Frosty Fostings. And he played Urian against me, and we played in winners finals over a pool. And he beat me 2-0 down to, like, the last round each game.
Okay.
1 decision away. And that was kind of like one of the moments where Urian, you know, you would usually expect him to be solid fundamentals, but he happened to wake up with the V trigger and like the one shenanigan he has.
Okay.
So that stuck with me.
Yeah.
I remembered that. I may have practiced that like once or twice and then forgotten what I practiced.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens again. Hopefully I remember what I practiced.
Yeah.
And so he may pick Urian against me. So I've been thinking about that. He also has an Ibuki and a Guile. And, you know, I've been thinking about these counter picks, and Ibuki was not one of them.
Yeah, you were ready for that one?
I remember he played Ibuki.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it much at all. Guile, however, you know, I played a lot against Dominion practicing that matchup.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty comfortable in it. I think Balrog has a favorable matchup against them. The V-Skill kind of nullifies a lot of the fireballs.
For sure.
He has options if you know how to fight Balrog, but it's not one of those matchups that Guile players are going to be able to do well in without a lot of experience.
Yeah, you definitely need to really know your stuff.
So Dominion, you can see he's been getting a lot better results against like Alucard and Smug because he's really adjusted his game plan. So I think Guile can fight Balrog, but you can't default anything.
Yeah, it's
Balrog
not one of those you could go in with your normal game plan and just like operate. You're like Sonic Boom. Oh, you just get hit in the face.
Yes, I love it when Guiles play their default game plan because I just V-skill through everything. And I out-fundamental them in like 30 seconds flat every round. So it's very, very enjoyable for me when they do that. But if ChrisG picks Guile, I expect him to not play that and make it a lot more challenging.
Okay, so you bring up fundamentals a lot. Where did you learn your fundamentals? Did you start with Street Fighter V? Did you play Street Fighter 4 before that? Any other fighting games?
I played Tekken 3 when I was 10 years old until I unlocked Gon, the dinosaur character who runs around the island, right? So then I took a hiatus from my fighting game career until Street Fighter 4. 2010, it was December 26, 2009. I saw Street Fighter 4 on sale for $20 at Best Buy, and I had $20 on a gift card. And I bought it, and I thought, this game sucks. Because I could not beat the first opponent on arcade mode on very easy for about 2 weeks. So because of that, I decided I have to get good and beat this game. And then I moved into online. I had to beat my opponents. And then I began to, you know, go to the Florida tournament scene in 2010. And I've been playing Balrog ever since then. And I'm just happy that he's very fair and balanced and, you know, a rewarding character in Street Fighter V now.
Yeah, in Street Fighter 4, you know, he was a little bit of a struggle.
It was definitely a struggle.
Yeah, okay.
100% a struggle.
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. You know, now that DreamHack Austin is over, are you planning to head to any events in the near future? Maybe like Combo Breaker, EVO? What kind of stuff?
Combo Breaker is the next event I'm going to.
Okay.
It's just like an hour-and-a-half drive for me. Currently in Wisconsin, been in Florida, Miami for my whole life until last year. So shout out to everyone from Miami. And so I'm just going to be driving over there. I plan to go to CEO, Evo, and that's all I have planned out for now. But this is the year, you know, I'm finally out of college, have a job. I can afford to fly out a little bit more. So I'm trying to self-sponsor my way to as many majors as I can this year.
Are you using the stream to basically fuel your travel?
It definitely helps. So I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who watches my stream and supports. I mean, you guys really make me play the game a lot more too. You know, it makes it a lot more rewarding to hop on stream and play hours and hours and hours of ranked matches.
You're master ranked, which like very few people are. I think it's like the top 30 people are master.
I think it's 40 now as point inflation grows. You know,
because you're giving away all the points, right?
Right. Yeah. So I build up a large surplus of points. I lose one game and I lose about 4 days worth of grinding to, you know, spread the wealth a little bit, inflate the points, and then I get them back up and I make like 10 points of progress, repeat the cycle until it's a slow, you know, one step forward, two step back sort of process.
Perfectly balanced and well thought out, it sounds like.
Exactly.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in your set versus No Respect. We're going to head over to James and No Respect right now.
All right, I'm here with No Respect. Let's just cut through all the bull here. Balrog and Urian are cheap, right?
No, Balrog is cheap.
Oh, okay. Only Balrog.
Only Balrog.
No, I mean, obviously, look, we're going to have to talk about one topic, right? We're going to have to talk about that pop-off on Punk.
707.
What was it that, I mean, were you just trying to show him no respect, or what fueled that pop-off after you beat him?
It was Punk, the #1 player in the world right now. So just beating him I was on like all-time high right there. I mean, I told him to pick Karen right after I won that round, but guess he didn't want to. He wanted to show off to Bonchan. He hardly speaks English, dude.
Well, you did get the run back afterwards, and he did play Urian against you, right? Well, I mean, what happened in that match?
I probably lost my flow after losing to Mike L. So I was kind of like probably salty for that match. So I wasn't in the right, you know, mindset. So, but I thought I was gonna play Punk today too. Where you at, dude? Why'd you cancel? Nash versus Nash.
Well, so how have things changed for you since that pop-off? I mean, obviously, a lot of people retweeted that clip, and a lot of people know who you are. Has that changed a lot for your, I guess, reputation in the fighting game community?
I mean, it has. I mean, a lot of people has given me respect. So, I mean, that's really cool. Like I said, I'm new to the scene, so it's just it feels so great to, like, you know, showcase all that and, like, have a big win over Punk. You know, like I said, best player in the world right now. So.
Well, so you said you are a new player. Tell me a little bit about your background. Like, where do you play? Where's your scene, and when did you start fighting games?
I'm from NorCal, so Bay Area. Born and raised in Vallejo, California. So I started playing Street Fighter 4 back in college, but I was only a casual player between like friends. Me and my best friend, we played a lot. Then when they announced Street Fighter 5 in the beta, like I really got into it. So I started playing that a lot. Then I started going to Churning the Butter. Then I just met a lot of people. I met Long. I met just a lot of people in the NorCal FGC. They're really nice to me. So it really helped a lot, so yeah.
Is there anyone in particular you could say, like, you see as your mentor from the NorCal scene?
Probably one of my good friends. His name is Taunt. He goes by James Camarino. He's been old CVS2 player, but he plays Street Fighter 5 too. He mained Chun, and now he's working on his Dhalsim. Real good Dhalsim player now. So he's like my mentor right now.
Well, you are going to be going up against Brian F. We talked about, you know, this matchup, obviously about its fundamentals and all of its, you know, very careful, slow play. What do you expect out of this matchup? I mean, how do you feel Urian does against Balrog?
Statistically, Urian wins the matchup, but it's Balrog, man. He's high level, high damage input, and like just corner carries. It's really crazy. And Brian, he's a boxer tech monster. So we'll see how it goes, man. I'm really excited to play him, so it should be fun.
So, I mean, a lot of people do think that Urian is a very strong character in this season currently. But as a Urian player, where do you feel like Urian stands?
For sure, top 5. Yeah, top 5. A lot of people say that his headbutt is too good or his tackle is so good, but come on, man. He hasn't been winning no majors.
All right, so if you make it past Brian F., you have a chance to play against ChrisG. Actually, this applies to Brian as well. Have you played either of them before in a tournament, online?
Never. I think I played ChrisG once online. Okay. Yeah, but I forgot. I think he played Guile. Guile's, I hate that matchup.
Oh, well, so Brian F. is going to be using Balrog against you. Do you have a lot of Balrog practice in Northern California?
I do have 2 friends that play Balrog. Will Quinones, known as Jab Drunk. Young Mushu, known as Young Mushu, Daniel Castro, and those are really, or Leo too, one-time hero. So I got 3. But this is a different level now, man.
I'm going to ask one last question for you. So, Brian F. says that, Sejam pointed out that he's master rank online. What's your online rank right now?
I'm Diamond. Soon to be super.
All right, so you're right there. You're right there. All right, you got to do the grind here online. But you know what? Now we're going to do an offline set. First to 10, Brian F. versus NORESPECT. Don't go anywhere, guys. It'll come right after this break.
Welcome back, ESL King of the Hill. Those are some lovely interviews.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I took notes on all of these cards for the questions that we want to ask, exactly. See, like the questions that you saw on the card right there.
Yeah, I mean, we always do our homework. We're preparing here pretty hard for these grueling interview process. I feel like I said about 20 words in my interview. It was like I was a guest on Brian's stream.
Yeah.
And he just broke it down. He was like, look, this is what happened.
He's like, wait, I'm on a stream. And then it just kind of, the natural instincts kicked in
and
at that point.
He spoke a lot about fundamentals, footsies, spacing, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of that demonstrated today in our matches.
Look, this is actually kind of one of the more exciting matches in the game.
Because footsies are exciting.
Yeah, and both of these characters have just a beautiful display of those fundamentals.
Oh,
the V triggers are both really honest and well balanced.
Maybe not Balrogs, but yeah. Urians are definitely footsie based. And Balrogs are too. It's fundamentals.
Yeah,
footsies,
it's all fundamentals. Honesty, like
integrity,
slow damage, progression,
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that here today, so it's going to be a good one. You know that ChrisG will be watching, sadly, in the background, knowing that he plays a character who has to throw booms and do a little bit of a damage at a time. But there's our players. Left side of your screen, Brian F. Right side, NORESPECT. You see, he already came prepared, right? He's got the sweater and the shorts, so that way when he gets the W, he's in optimal jogging gear, so he can do this pop-off, make his rounds.
But dude, he's got even the ESL hoodie. Like, he is fully prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Fully prepared.
He's going to throw the hood up. The theme song is going to start blaring. It's going to be straight out of rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. James had it all, but he queued up the soundboard, actually. That's
yeah, exactly. That wasn't me at all. That wasn't me at all.
So this is our first 10 here. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. A very, you'll see.
I mean, look, let's just be straightforward. These two characters are really good, okay?
They're very strong characters. You'll notice right away that, yeah, it is not easy for... Look at the footsies, the spacing, the fundamentals.
I mean, the hardest part really is that the combination of Balrog having a great jump attack and Urian kind of having a bad anti-air could be an issue.
I think his anti-airs are actually... Oh, he's dead. Look at the spacing, the footsies. Oh,
and all that meter build, too.
Yeah. Brian F. demonstrating fundamentals to the highest caliber. But the thing is about Urian, I think he has good anti-airs against a lot of characters. There are certain angles that he finds a little bit difficult to tag all the time. One of those is the Balrog jumping fierce. It's just like Nikali jumping fierce. Both of them are not always easy anti-air.
Right. And, you know, there's that situation with the turnaround punch. You really have to be able to hear which version it is. And we already saw early on NORESPECT blocking the turnaround punch and then immediately getting tagged by the target combo afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, depending on the strength of the turnaround punch, it can be higher or a lower level, and it can be a different advantage on blocks. So you really got to know what it is. But yeah,
there's no visual cue. No. There's only audio cue. So.
Yeah, he yells out the number of the level. So, you know, if it's level 3, he yells out 3.
In clear English, like
clear
it's
English.
Like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it sounds like. So it's actually kind of hard to differentiate between certain versions because of that. Man, counter hit combo for Brian F. He's got corner positioning already.
I remember someone actually said they switch it to English voices against like Japanese players.
I was talking about turnaround punch.
Oh God! In that time, we said like 2 sentences. You know.
The footsies are too powerful. One more hit will do it for Brian here. Okay, Aegis, and he got hit, but he didn't have anything off of it. Activates. Oh, no pickup off the mirror either. Good block on that overhead from Urian. That's a
yeah, and then finally gets him back with that standing light kick. I feel like that damage is kind of like the interviews you had, right? Yeah. Brian F. did all the work. And
all the damage.
Got all the damage.
Yeah, I got a little bit. I was dressed in that blue shirt, the suit. The same thing. Just my hair's not blonde. It's the only difference.
I think you should dye it.
It has been bleached blonde before.
Okay, I need photo evidence. But in any case.
It's true.
All right, so far, Brian F. with 3 quick rounds. And NORESPECT has it. Okay, nice. I like that sweep. Just kind of sticking that out there. That thing has good range. Oh, man.
V-trigger available for Brian F. That'll allow him to demonstrate some of the fundamentals he was talking about earlier.
Oh, here it man, is. Yeah. Keep the overhead safe, and if it connects, look what it leads into. Canceling the turnaround punch into more V-skill, but here we go. Opportunity for NORESPECT. And he's got a lot of meter. He's going to be able to spend it and take this round.
Will it kill James?
Oh, I guess not yet.
Had a feeling it would.
That block. Extra 25
health.
25 health is so good.
EX dash punch. You got to do it eventually.
Oh boy. Watch out for the armor. Oh.
Can't combo off it though. Advantage. Good block.
Oh, he dashed forward into the punch. Never mind about taking that round. That extra 25 wouldn't happen in Season 2.
Season 2.1? See, try me in 2.1, bro. You were dead. You were deader than dead. 25 HP.
All right, so that's 2 quick games for Brian F. And again, Brian F. God, it's so hard to stay into like a master class because, like you said, he said, you just lose so many points every time you lose. So.
I actually have seen his stream, and he got a 60-game win streak, and then he lost 1 game, and he was down points. That is a factual thing. Crush counter.
Oh, but he wasn't ready for it. He was just going to cancel into the fireball no matter what already ahead of time. Here comes the Aegis Reflector. Nice, throws him into there, but he's only going to get a crouching medium punch reset. Too close to the shield.
He's looking for that second Aegis activation. Oh, but
Ooh,
this
that's it.
is that big fundamentals we talked about earlier. And you can see they close it out. Strong footsies, fundamentals,
That's how
honesty, spacing.
That time I could actually say, yeah, that was going to take it. That extra 25 health that Urian has wasn't going to help him in that situation.
No. 25 health, the Balrog, it's just a number, you know? He doesn't care about all that.
All he thinks of himself is 45.
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
you're dead. Yeah. that's what he thinks about 25 health.
Oh, try to get in there with a headbutt, but great whiff punish, and then there's the crush counter into the screw upper.
Probably, could be charging that tap.
Yeah.
He was talking about that earlier with us about how, you know,
PR Rog always goes for the jab. Oh, okay.
Mid-screen mix-up, overhead.
Yeah, nice block, and he's going to use that V reversal opportunity to get him into the corner, but that's punishable. He's still alive. That's 25 health. Oh my God.
Capcom calculating down to the last bit.
You know, a lot of people were like, that 25 health's not going to nerf Balrog. We've already seen twice now that he'd be dead once that life goes down. So there is definitely a difference to be had. But so far, that's 6 rounds straight for Brian F.
Yeah, three quick games for him.
And of course, that score is a little deceiving because he lived from a lot of those 25 health. So it should, you know, it could have went any way in some of those rounds.
Man, that down jab EX dash punch was quite the buffer. It caught that limb from NORESPECT. Trying to hit buttons after that forward medium punch from Urian. You got to commit to the target combo. Otherwise, you will get tagged there. It is -2 on block.
All right, well, now Brian F has that V trigger. So, oh, okay, he's going to be able to combo off of this. He's not going to be able to kill. He needs a reset. He has another mirror. He has an EX.
Oh, it's unsafe.
I thought he was going to do EX Fireball into it, you know.
Yeah, EX tackle in the mirror, second mirror is like over -12.
Yeah, it's not a real thing.
No, I mean, yeah, Brian is actually streaming, and he was testing it, and you can punish it with Balrog sweep. It's fast enough, like reversal dash punch is fast enough. A lot of things are real quick, but so is his lead that Brian's built up. Geez, look at that health differential on top already.
But, you know, to punish something like that, you just have to be ready for it.
Yes.
Is what it is. So
awareness is the most important part. Huge jump.
He tried an anti-air, and it wasn't in time. Here comes Brian trying to get the finish. Low. Oh, into tackle. Interesting. But the mirror keeps it safe. But there it is. Yeah.
Unsafe. That is a punish.
Yeah, you can't be relying on tackle into mirror. And in fact, canceling into EX Fireball into mirror is like one of the only safe ways to make it the second mirror work, right?
Exactly, yeah. Even like just a button into mirror is still unsafe. Like even standing fierce into mirror is unsafe. And that has a lot of blocks in, right? So it's something you got to consider. But yeah, Brian, you know, has to think about this round that NORESPECT's got already, right? That's a little bit more important. His EX headbutts have also been on point in these last few rounds, for sure.
Yeah, and you can see he hasn't built up much V-trigger, but that's because he hasn't taken any damage right now. NORESPECT has him stuck in the corner, goes for the knee. Mistimes that meaty fireball, unfortunately. And here we go. Oh, he's going to be able to throw that, yeah. And so he took away some of that V-trigger meter.
Yeah. Oh, here's the fundamentals. He's got a lot of gauge.
Oh, he went for the empty jump, and yeah, so now NORESPECT says, you know what, I'm going to use my meter for these V reversals. Oh my God, the Juan punch. Oh, that 25 health. Watch out for EX.
Yeah, he did a perfect meaty. If you do a meaty light attack, you know, that headbutt startup is pretty long. It's in the double digits, which means that you'll be able to recover in time. You know, most normals, like most light normals are like 3 to 4 frames, and the recovery, by the time it recovers, it's going to be quicker than the headbutt comes up.
One of the nice things about Urian is that he's got good buttons. If you're trying to play this very careful footsie game against him, he's got a lot of options to keep you confused, but I just don't feel like any of that works against Balrog. Oh.
One more for stun.
Overhead? Oh, I thought he was going to go for instant overhead, yeah.
But he didn't go for it there. Will have a second bar here, but does not choose to spend any.
Yeah, he wants to save it all for the next round. Oh, that hit! Oh, but
real deep
yeah, it was too close. He should have went straight into the crouch heavy punch. Brian F, man, this is... I mean, we talked about the slow pace of this particular matchup, and I feel like it's been living up to that right now.
Oh, for sure. Definitely demonstrating the on-ground game we'd expect.
And it was positive, and so he's going to get some extra damage. Combo off the turnaround punch.
Crush countered him. It looked like he was in the middle of a headbutt maybe. Buffer.
Yeah, I like that. Just the empty buffer in case he dashed forward and it worked. And he goes for the reset, and that's it right there.
5 straight for Brian.
Yeah, with only 1 round for NORESPECT so far. So it has been 11 rounds. I feel like we've been playing for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's been incredibly, you know, the footsie has been demonstrated. It's one of those games, you know. I actually would love to know how long those 5 games were, because I feel like the number is less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty dang quick. And this is the tough part too, because like, you know, you see him struggling with the headphones a little bit there. If you're not a fan of wearing headphones at tournaments, you can't really, you need them against Balrog.
Yes.
You need them against Balrog.
Hear the number?
Yeah.
So he chooses to go with Nash here. This is a character he played in Season 1. And I think that, you know, this may be a change of pace, but it's going to be very hard to establish that zoning game against Balrog. It's very, very tough for Nash to kind of space out and keep this character away.
Very easy once again. I mean, if you can V-skill through Guile Sonic Booms easily, Nash is not going to have that much easier of a time to throw out those booms.
Yeah,
yep.
there it is.
Got on Wake Up, meaty Sonic Boom. He was able to wake up and still V-skill through it. Oh, God, there's that heavy punch, heavy kick.
Oh, so many crush counters. It's got to be a lot of buttons.
Oh.
The throw. It's looking like the same old story here. EX to close it. No, he needed to spend the other bar.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's really... Oh, okay, here we go. Opportunity, get some damage. Yeah, but great patience from Brian F. But you can't... Yeah, I think Balrog can pretty much punish that with a dash punch at any range. I don't think there's any range that Nash can make that safe.
Look at that. You cannot throw the booms.
Yeah, but honestly, right now, I don't feel like it matters which character NORESPECT plays once Brian F gets him into the corner, because the mix-ups are pretty much the same.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I think that the problem is just the way Brian is playing. It's so textbook, right? It's so clinical, and NORESPECT's not having an easy way of dealing with it.
Okay, maybe a meaty.
Oh, the dash.
Oh,
man, he gets right through a turnaround punch, activates, that's like +8 or something like that. Overhead into trigger. Oh, punish? Oh, he missed it.
He just wasn't charged. He just wasn't charged.
Yeah.
Oh, God, see, you just can't throw these fireballs at him. But, if he had just did that into super and just went for it.
Brian's very close to having engaged, but oh, the crouching medium punch and a 6th game for Brian.
Balrog wins.
6-0. Played 6 games and it's 6-0. I mean, I don't want to jinx anybody, but have we had a 10-0?
I don't think so.
You're at King of the Hill yet?
I don't know. It's looking rough for sure. Oh, check him with the jab. And that V-skill punch, man, you just get right through all the booms.
Yeah, and like I said, just trying to fish with those Sonic sights, it's really risky, but it feels like he has to kind of establish that to make that center of the screen a little bit scarier for Brian F to go into.
Yeah, Brian's eating a lot of damage on the way in this round, but the crush counter, and he's got trigger now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing about that crush counter. If you're not charging for a tap, and then you go into that target combo with a V-skill at the end, you build up so much V-trigger meter.
Right, because it's a crush counter. Oh, man, he's going to build the full game for Grifflar. And at the end of it, tag it on there, cash that damage, close the round. Brian F. Bless you, James. You might be allergic to footsies. That might be what that was.
And ironically, one of the characters here isn't even fighting with their feet.
Definitely not. Well, he's got a stomp.
That's true. He's got one. That
footsie.
Move is the true footsies for Balrog. Exactly.
Handsies. Punish Z's, but not all the way.
Patty cakes. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No bait for throws. Oh, okay, yeah, there he goes. He gets the stun. Now, as long as he doesn't drop this combo.
Whoa. This is scary. This is scary, James. What have you done? Super, yeah, for sure. Did you jump back? Brian F is so smart. He actually knew exactly what he was going to do. Oh, no. Other side. He's not dead. Oh, gosh. James. What did you do, James? What have you done? How could you do this? How could you go home after this and sleep?
I'm terrified to say anything at this point in time. I just don't feel like I can say anything now.
Somewhere the tiniest violin is being played.
Oh man.
That
as long as
was
he does
all your fault. All of it. You gotta, I mean, there's no one to blame. You know?
All right, here we go. Game number 8. Currently 7-0.
Yes. Man.
I mean, as long as Brian F keeps winning right now,
okay,
we're gonna get, a
James,
10-0.
I appreciate that you're fighting the good fight over there. What color Urian is this color like?
That's kind of neat. I like that color.
6 or something? I don't remember. Color 7 for life. Let's go. That's what I'm about.
It's like any of those colors that have the yellow and the blue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you tried to throw bait, but
Wow, just interrupted the screw upper with that crouch fierce.
yeah, and actually, you can just duck under it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so he just like got under with crouching fierce, but I don't know. Yeah, Brian F baited the throw and just missed his punish. A little late.
It's so scary.
Okay, goes with the hard combo, counter hit confirmed. This is looking much better for No Respect. Oh, anti-air's clean. Activate throw.
Throw. Yep. Get him. Gotta make sure. Oh boy. Here we go.
All he needs is one hit to close out this round.
Oh, I like the idea of the fireball. Oh, stop it.
That was
there it is.
sick.
Oh, okay.
That was sick. That interrupt was really good. If he canceled that into something, that would have been sick.
Alright, okay, catching him with that. But yeah, gotta respect that stand light kick. You're 0 and Urian has no 4-frame buttons. No 3-frame buttons, I'm sorry.
Right, yeah, he's got that 4-frame jab short. So.
Oh,
overhead.
oh, wow, he didn't even launch him into fireball into.
Yeah, I wonder if he was worried about the range of it. Oh, EX worked out, but Brian canceled in the low. Oh, the
Crouching
huge jump.
medium kick. Not sure what he was trying to go for. Maybe he was just committed to using that button ahead of time.
Back throw. Oh, man, that builds you so much gauge. The double upper into the back throw, it's like a full bar.
Final round. Fight.
And Balrog, I feel like Balrog almost always has tons of gauge because of just how quick he builds things.
Now, I was watching some casuals from Brian F earlier before we started this whole thing. His reactions to neutral jumps with the screw upper is immaculate. So, we haven't seen No Respect do a lot of neutral jumps. So
Man, that anti-air right there was clean too. I mean, Balrog's medium punch is one of the best grounded anti-airs in the game. It's 5 frames. Is super, super fast, super good. No Respect.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Here we go. It's all starting right here.
Is this the end?
Oh, my God. Oh, he missed. He missed.
Aegis. There's no way he survives this, right?
Well, he threw the close Aegis.
He really was probably scared. Second close Aegis. Interesting. One mix-up will do it here. One tackle. Oh, God.
Oh, and there it is.
He's got a game, James.
See, as long as Brian,
Man, you cursed him back.
I did. See, I had to return the favor. I had to return the favor. I couldn't do that to No Respect.
All right, I see you, James. Playing sides.
I'm just trying to help them both out here. Just trying to spread the love evenly between everybody.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, so it is 7-1.
Yeah, he definitely, that was the first game back with Urian that I feel like, or first game with Urian that I feel like it looked real clean. It looked like he had a more efficient plan. Oh, okay. Gets the little power bomb there. And yeah, he's going to that tar combo a lot since Brian is always checking afterwards. And as Brian, that's probably not the end of the world because, if you get hit by it, it's not the huge damage or anything. Okay.
Well, it definitely looks like oh, nice. He got the full max damage on that. It definitely looks like No Respect has kind of woken up a little bit, but sometimes it just doesn't matter because of this.
Because of the footsies. Because of the spacing. Oh, gosh.
That could have been punished with an EX.
Could have just done raw Aegis, too.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that punch right there, that jumping medium kick. is deceiving. It
has huge
almost
range.
had the same range as that jumping heavy punch. Like jumping heavy punch looks like it reaches that far, but jumping medium punch almost has the exact same range. Oh, he interrupted it, but didn't confirm the full combo. Oh, that was so meaty, and so he gets the raw link off of it very easily.
Oh, he almost set up. No, he missed
Oh, the nerves, and that's what happens.
unsafe.
Yeah.
See, Brian had the punish ready for that EX. Oh,
Yeah. See, this is the problem. Ooh, that was too far.
Oh, CA on wake up. We could have chipped him.
Okay, not sure what that was about because he cornered himself.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta expect.
Well,
He's got V reversal.
yeah, he had.
Oh, punish. Raw critical art will also chip.
Right. Raw critical art.
Oh man, these fireballs are super dangerous.
Oh my God, that.
I can't believe he made it through. V trigger is still available.
Oh!
Brian, a little greedy.
Ooh. No respect with the clutch.
Fight.
And even though he had all that meter for chipping him out,
Yeah, especially because NORESPECT threw like 3 fireballs at Brian. Wow, his spacing was a little off.
that might have been one of those situations where Brian's like, there's no way he's going to throw another fireball, and then he does, you know? Oh, look at all that V-trigger gain off of that.
Oh, the overhead too. He dashed in a couple of drops now from Brian. Oh, counter hit. He gets the combo, but no charge.
Block. Oh my God.
Look at the damage on this. No bar spin. Oh, he baited the throw, and that's the round. Brian F. 8-1. Dang, that was rough. It's just so scary against Borg. Like, you feel like you want to tech. Because, you know, he has really good corner pressure. And also teching, I feel like, is a lot of times an escape. Like, you feel like it's your way out.
Yeah.
You're like, I could just throw him here, or I could just tech here, I'll be out. You know, I'll escape.
Reset the neutral kind of thing, but it's such a risky option. Because it's so hard to react to the throw. You really kind of have to guess.
Oh, yeah, the guess, yeah.
All right, here we go. Get some corner damage. And again, he puts himself into the corner. That's twice that I've seen him do that now. And so here we go. I mean, why does Balrog's corner carry matter if you're just putting yourself in there?
Yeah, why does he have to carry you there if you just put yourself right in that spot where he wants to be? All right, tackle out of there. He's not going to get any elaborate setup off of this. Oh, no punish. He was looking for the Aegis cancel now. Oh, he could have critical art through that Aegis.
That's right.
Oh, nice pickup.
Oh, good throw tag. Very risky. And he spent one of his bars on that EX dash punch. Can NORESPECT make another crazy comeback? Maybe still.
No, the tackle. And he went for it. He skilled through.
Oh, my. And that's the thing. You're so used to seeing when Balrog moves forward that he loses his charge.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter with that V skill. Because you can hold back and the V skill pushes you forward anyway.
Yeah, as a charge character, moves that move you forward while letting you keep charge are so powerful. Man, how many crush counters has there been in this? I feel like it's like there's a record number. It's like someone's playing slots out there and just it's going off like crazy. Yeah, it's like crazy. I can't believe. Oh, up fireball. Oh, what's happening? There's a lot of spaghetti everywhere.
It's just buttons. They're just buttons right now. It's that footsies.
Yes,
Got the footsies.
Try to check him to see if his knees were weak, but his arms were ready. Oh, the surface level mix-up. He was calm and ready, but Brian dropped the bomb because he kept forgetting that he was charging that tap, so he just wasn't ready for it. And as you heard, the whole crowd went so loud. That was impressive.
Just trying to see how far you're gonna go with this right now.
I'll let it pass. It's the moment, you know. That, you know, I'm just gonna let it go.
You gotta own it, dude.
Yeah.
Fight.
Oh man, makes it through there. And there's another one.
You know, there's a record number of crush counters in this set. Like somewhere out there, Combo Fiend is cackling evilly.
Another crush counter.
It's crazy, man. There's been so many. He's built 2 billion bars already. Uh-oh.
Oh, but it didn't combo.
That was amazing.
Oh.
That happens a lot as you're in, where you do crouching fierce and you try to cancel an EX fireball, but because you're down charged, you get headbutt.
Oh, right. It's,
So you're just
it's
like,
the bird kick
Yeah.
or the instead of the EX lightning legs problem.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh gosh, I definitely didn't want to cancel an EX headbutt on block. It for sure happens. You see it happen to Urian players all the time.
Got in there with the EX. Nice block and a punish.
Could have confirmed that into tackle, though, instead of the fireball.
Trying to get in there with that crush counter on the heavy punch. Wow, he is just going for those, but it's connected against Brian F a lot. Oh, that still wasn't in time to be able to land and punish, but he gets the crouch heavy punch.
No answer here from Brian. I don't think he was ready for that jump.
Yeah, it's very rare. Brian F's been really good with his anti-airs. Oh my God, here we go.
Mix up.
Goes for the low, and yeah, keep himself safe. Good block of the over, but no! Not a quality punish. And he just gets out of there. Oh, throws a two-hit fireball. He still has a mirror here. That's not
punish.
Real. Does that work?
Yeah,
oh, it does.
It's enough. How long, James, have I been telling people that second mirror off EX Aegis is not safe? Or EX tackle is not safe.
Right.
People not punishing it, but that punish was beautiful.
I mean, it almost feels like to me that the people that NORESPECT has been playing against have been letting him get away with that.
Exactly.
You know, because like I said, if you're going to use an EX meter to cancel the meter, like I was saying earlier,
EX
fireball into mirror, right?
Yeah,
that's
the
what
difference
you need to
is that EX tackle just goes so far. You feel like, oh, I'm definitely going to get in there. And you just go forward and you throw out the mirror and people just block. They panic, you know?
Yeah, because the reason why I feel like a lot of people get scared by it is because the mirror is on the screen.
Yes.
It's just not hitting.
Yes.
It can't hit for a long time. So while the mirror is coming out, like it looks like it's about to hit Balrog, and then Balrog's like, nope, I'm just going to slide a little bit forward.
Yeah,
Boom.
and you see the punish. The punish is so smart because as you're blocking EX tackle, you just input the upper. You just literally mash it. And like, if he doesn't cancel into a mirror, nothing comes out. If he does cancel in a mirror, you just upper him.
It's
but
like
it covers everything.
It's like the anti-Rashid, the anti-crouch heavy punch into tornado mix up, right?
Yeah, and if you're playing like, if you're Geef and Urian does EX tackle, you just are like doing SPD. It's like the same thing. And if he does the mirror that comes out, all right, you get the command throw. It's the same idea.
You know, I hate to do this here, but
hit us, James.
Stats, it's a little bit of stats here. NORESPECT was only able to win 4 rounds.
Dang, that is rough. Counting the win he got, right?
Yeah, that just was the 2 of them near enough to each other to be able to get the win. But yeah, outside of that, he was only able to win 2 rounds outside of that. And I don't think, maybe one of them was with Nash. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't recollect either. But yeah, I mean, that was a really impressive showing by Brian. And I can't wait to see how he handles ChrisG. But we're going to get to talk to those guys in just a bit after this break.
Hi, I'm with Brian F. And I feel like I have to talk slow because we need to fill more content here. No, I mean, like, look, that was a dominating match. Very, very quick match. And why you gotta be so mean with that character?
Well, I feel like I have to come clean and make a confession. Balrog and Urien are not the most fundamentally sound characters in the game. Balrog does not take the most skill to play, like I stated previously. I know I may have fooled some of the audience members, but he's a powerhouse in this version. He puts you in a lot of unfair situations very fast, and he builds resources quickly to do it. And, you know, sometimes it can show if you're not like a specialist in the matchup. I feel like Balrog's a character where if you're not very prepared against him, you can get steamrolled before you know what happens. And I feel like a lot of people in the West Coast, unless they have a lot of experience with Pierre Balrog, really aren't going to know too much of what's going on. And I think that's kind of like happened today. I usually like to structure my offense to be relatively safe and, you know, usually use the layer 1 mix-ups to see how the opponent reacts, but then I started recognizing that I could kind of just do all the fake shenanigans and they were also working. So once that kind of clicked, I kind of like threw caution to the wind and went for a lot of the more, you know, fake resets, which I say fake, it really means you have to have the knowledge to challenge, and it's extremely scary against a character like Balrog with so much damage and corner carry where you can just die instantly after controlling him for 90% of the round. So yeah, I started taking advantage of that once I started to catch on.
Well, here's a little bit of stat for you. You only gave him 4 rounds. Like, that was all that he was able to take. Do you just have a lot of experience against? Now that you're blowing the whole scene wide open here with all of this honesty, all of a sudden, coming clean here. What do you think about the Balrog versus Urien match? Like, what do you really do? You feel like Balrog wins that match?
At a higher level, I think Urien can do the same thing he does to Balrog. It's just it requires more. It's more situational, and it's more difficult to pull off. So Balrog doesn't have a good reversal to deal with a lot of Urien's pressure and his like Aegis mix-ups, but it's just easier for Balrog to put you in those situations where if you're going to go to the highest level, I'd say Urien might even have a tiny advantage, but I'm talking about like Topanga Lee, like you bring down Nemo, Pierre Balrog, and Smug, that kind of level. But for, you know, the higher level and the mid level, I think it's harder for a Urien player to stop Balrog's momentum, even though I think he has the tools to do it.
Well, look, a lot of people, when they talk about Balrog, 2 names always come up, right? It's Smug and PR Balrog. And everyone's always arguing these are the 2 best Balrogs in the country, right? Maybe on the planet. Was that a statement like, you know what? Hey, don't forget about me, guys.
I'm just a guy who plays online and ranked. Until I take any actual names at majors, I mean, I've taken a few names here and there, but nothing like to, you know, make people question. I mean, it's very clear that Smug and Pierre Balrog and Alucard and Iwate are superior players. I'm just trying to do my own thing and reach that level. So it's in my mind, it's irrelevant until like I'm winning tournaments and getting CPT points. I could kind of care less who's in the conversation. So I mean, it's nice. It's a nice little ego boost, I guess, being mentioned. But for me, like, it's funny where I've seen some of my clips posted on Event Hubs and other like YouTube, and it's like, oh, who is this guy? This nobody almost beating Momochi, or who is this guy? And I'm like, I'm nobody. Like, what does it matter? I lost. First of all, most of the people commenting on it, I lost the match, so it's irrelevant how close I got. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm nobody. If I'm in your pools, don't even look at my matches. So, I mean, I'm nobody. Don't worry about it.
But you did say you're going to be able to try to travel, like, to combo break and stuff. So, I mean, your goal is still to try to make the Capcom Cup at the end of the year, correct?
My goal is to just beat everyone on my path. I mean, like, what else can you say? I mean, obviously I have realistic standards, but when I go to any tournament match, I'm not trying to get close and lose. I'm just trying to win. I feel like you can really boil it down to anyone who plays fighting games is just trying to beat everybody. So I don't have any specific goals. This is just a hobby of mine. You know, I have a full-time job. I stream. It's like my part-time job, and I just love Street Fighter and the FGC, so I just love being a part of it, and I love the competition. So I just want to compete as much as possible.
Okay, well, speaking of beating everybody in your way, you're going to be going up against ChrisG next. Have you had experience playing against him before? And he's got a few characters that he can go with. Who do you expect him to use against you?
Probably Urian or maybe even Ibuki, but not likely. I think Urian is his like go-to counter pick for Balrog. Like I said, like Urian can play against Balrog. It's still not easy for Urian to do. It's just that Urian can also just rob rounds and kind of do the same thing that Balrog does to you, Urian can do back, which I think is kind of like the Street Fighter V meta. Like, unless you have a character like Guile who completely controls everybody but Balrog, you kind of need those characters who can just cause the game to be swing heavy, and who cares who has a lead. It's all about if you have the resources to make a comeback, and then how many unfair situations can you quickly put together in a scramble. So I think Urian is going to be the pick. I don't think he's going to go to Guile. I don't think he likes that matchup. I have a lot of more experience in the Guile matchup too, so I'd probably be more comfortable. So, I mean, he's right here listening, so he probably knows, or maybe I'm lying, who knows. Go ahead and pick who you want, Chris, but I'll just do my best against whoever he picks.
So I'm going to name a couple of people here with like Javits and Otto Maddock. These are two guys who are really known for developing tech. But you also develop a lot of tech as well, and you teach a lot of people things on your stream as well, correct? Why don't you let people know where they can find you? So after, you know, seeing your Balrog play here, they probably want to come and check that out.
Right. So my Twitch stream you can see at twitch.tv/Brian_F, just like the name you saw when I was playing, BRIAN_F. Unfortunately, the Twitter handle and the YouTube handle have my old Xbox Live gamer tag from back in the day. It's at BR4NF and BRI4NF. Yes, numbers and letters. And then also for the YouTube channel as well, where I post some tech on there, BRI4NF. But a lot of the tech I put on, sometimes I put small Twitter video clips so you can like browse my media tab, and I put longer like lectures and some kind of like small tutorial videos. Like usually I try to keep things kind of concise so people can consume it, and so you can check that out, and just pop on my stream and I'm happy to answer questions.
Cool. Well, let's throw it on over to one of your subscribers to your channel, Mr. Sajam, and he's going to talk with NORESPECT.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here with NORESPECT, as James mentioned. I am a Brian subscriber. I promised if he beat Momochi, I would sub. And then he lost, and I felt so guilty I had to. It's a real story. I'm here with NORESPECT, who just played against Brian F. You know, the first thing he did was admit
this match sucks.
he admitted that Balrog is a strong character. Any admittance you'd like to make about Urian?
Man, I guess I wasn't prepared enough.
I mean,
that match sucks so bad, yo.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. Yeah, it seemed like in the matchup that he was super prepared.
Yeah, very prepared. Just those V trigger combos, and I just wasn't ready for it. The tap. I'm clueless right now, yo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what happened, yo.
Yeah. So, like, going into that, you know, you mentioned that there's some Balrog players that you played with, but you have not played with a Balrog player like that?
Not like that. Way different.
Yeah,
way
for sure.
Different. So.
But, you know, luckily, like, the nice thing about a set like that is that it's a learning experience,
yes.
right? Because, like, if you feel like you know a matchup and then you play somebody else, it might change your opinion, right?
Definitely, definitely.
So definitely stuff to take back home and look at again. You tried Nash. Is that, like, just one of those things that you thought maybe I'll try it and see if he knows it, or if it was, like, maybe it was a more comfort pick than Urian?
Sometimes I pick Nash just for comfort level since I played Nash Season 1.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give it a try since, you know, I was down 6 games, so I just wanted to try something else. So it's just more of a comfort level. I mean, I'm still comfortable with Nash, and I still play him sometimes.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see how that matchup would go, and it still sucked.
Yeah. That's a good description of it, I think. One thing that he did a lot that I don't see many people do is punish the second Aegis activation.
Yeah.
Is that something that you were prepared to deal with? Or?
No, I did not expect him to do that. Usually, when I bring out that second Aegis, they're either just blocking or they just get hit by my mix-up.
Yeah.
So I was trying to go with the standing fierce axe kick to the elbow, but all I seen was just
The upper. Yeah. Is there anything like looking back at the set, like stuff that you would now adjust watching it, or is it something that you feel like you have to go back and look at?
I have to go back and look at it, or maybe Brian, let's play a couple sets later. For sure, dude.
Got to get them while you're here, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because in NorCal there is a couple of Balrog players up there, but I feel like the strongest is obviously PROG, and you haven't had a chance to play with a Balrog at that level.
Not that level. He was in my pool for NCR, but like if I would have won my 2 games, I would have played him. So I didn't get my chance.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pop off. So.
That was the plan. You're gonna pop off no matter what. Dang, you got the pop offs on deck always.
Always.
Sometimes that's the most important thing. You know? That's the most memorable. Like beating someone in Street Fighter, no one's gonna remember that.
Exactly.
But the pop off, that's where it's all about.
The best part.
Yeah, you mentioned NCR. That's like kind of in your neighborhood. Are you planning to travel anywhere anytime soon?
I am going to Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker. Okay.
And Evo for sure. Then maybe CO, I guess.
Okay.
Then SCR, and I'm trying to plan ahead of time for Evo Japan.
Oh, Evo Japan.
Yeah.
That is a long ways away.
I know,
You're planning early. That's very
well. I want to save
responsible.
money. It's expensive over there.
For sure. Yeah, it is definitely a very expensive trip, and it's very responsible of you to plan early.
Yes.
But yeah, now we're gonna go out and see what James and Chris have to say about the match with Chris and Brian coming up.
Hello, I'm here with ChrisG. Before we start, I just want to say you grew that beard really fast after DreamHack Austin. Good job, good job. So,
thank you.
And look, you just saw this match go down, right? And so, how do you feel coming into this match against Brian F., who obviously seems like he's on point right now?
It's Balrog. I hear in Japan they call him Boxer. Or Bison. He's a pretty good character. And hopefully I don't get hit in the face. The character will activate V-Trigger, and then I forgot what he says, but then I could possibly lose. But in order for that to happen, I will do 70% of his life, and then I can potentially lose. So that's pretty much what's going to happen, and yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, obviously, I was talking to Brian. He's not sure exactly what character you're going to go with. You don't have to reveal it now, but do you have a set counter? Because I know a lot of people do think that Guile is just not good against Balrog. So do you have a specific counter to that character?
Well, there was a wise man that once said, Guile beats Balrog. His name is Daigo. That definitely... look, he was doing great, but he's also a liar. I will... I will be using Urian because that it's a... I'm not even going to say clean. It's a very dirty 5-5. Okay. And, if push comes to shove, I still have a Buki. Okay. And, yeah, again, just don't get hit. I mean...
No. So here's my question to you, because I remember last week, you're like, if K-Brad, wants his king spot back, you would relinquish it. But K-Brad's missed like another 4 flights or whatever like that. So, I mean, do you expect to try to maintain this position so K-Brad can claim it back?
Oh, okay. So I guess after DreamHack, he stayed in the States. Yeah. And if I do win, I think he can just ask for it back politely. And but I feel like he has to make a Twitter status. He has to make a video, about how the goon, ChrisG, right, Chris Goon, defended his title and saved his honor.
Well, so okay, I was. You threw me off with that one. But so you're going to be playing against Brian F. here. And if you do happen to win this, look, I'm just going to ask this question right now. Do you consider yourself West Coast still, or do you still consider? Because look, we were talking about this earlier, and you are technically here for West Coast. What do you consider yourself at this point?
CA doesn't sound as good as NY. You know, if I was NYChrisG, I mean, ew, like the rhyming, all that type of stuff, it just doesn't sound right. But as far as being West Coast, I just rep myself. Like, it's just ChrisG Nation, you know, and I don't really care.
So you just represent ChrisG then. You represent all of America at this point.
Yeah, I'm a friendly guy. You know, in team tournaments, I've even teamed up with randoms. So, you know, as far as just being affiliated with a place, no, I don't need to.
Well, you're obviously still gunning for a Capcom Pro Tour spot. So are we going to still see you at, you know, all the tournaments that are coming up, like Combo Breakers, CEO, Evo, obviously?
Oh yeah, of course. I'll be absolutely everywhere. As well as that, I'll be streaming as much as possible, and yeah, just playing as much as possible.
Well, I have to ask this question here. So, there hasn't been a repeat Marvel champion at EVO for Marvel 3. How much would it mean to you to be able to be the only one and to be back-to-back champion for Marvel 3?
I feel like I can definitely do it. If you saw at NCR, I beat Ryan LV in a pretty convincing set. But EVO, I'm not practicing too hard for Marvel. I feel like I should be. Maybe I will, you know, down the line. I definitely feel like I can repeat, you know, making top 8 everywhere I go. But, you know, if I don't win, making top 8 is sufficient enough for me, especially for the end of Marvel.
Okay. Well, if you do win here today against Brian F., next week, should we bring in the spirit of Marvel to come and play some Marvel matches with you here, or you know, or is that just not something that you feel like doing?
Just get K-Brad. He's a Marvel player.
All right, fair enough. Well, when we come back, we're gonna see this matchup between ChrisG, Brian F., the dudes with first names and last initials, coming up right after this break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to ESL King of the Hill. This is James C. I'm Stephen L. We have Brian F. versus ChrisG.
Well
Our
done,
next
well
match.
done.
Yeah. First name, last initial is what we learned here today.
We'll say I should be Jimmy C, right? That's
Jimmy
that's
C.
what David calls me every once in a while.
Jimmy C. Yeah,
Jimmy
that is
C.
the official gangster name. Oh, dang. Brian F. He took initiative. I like that. That was the pre-match dash punch. He walked up and shook ChrisG's hand. He got up. He was like, straight. He like took the handshake. That's a real Ballrog player move. I like it.
Good stuff. Yeah, but okay, so it's going to be interesting because, you know, there was obviously a few things that NORESPECT was making mistakes with, like the dash, the tackle into Aegis Reflector on the second one and everything like that. It's going to be interesting now to see how ChrisG handles that, because he did say he was going to go with Urian. Yes. So, you know, for players, for Urians trying to learn this matchup, it might actually be interesting to see
the difference.
Unless ChrisG gets bodied too.
Unless he gets wasted. If that's the case, then I don't know who we put in front of Brian F. This guy is too esports. You know, he's too professional. He's killing these interviews. I don't know what this guy's all about.
This guy is he's a professional. He's a pro.
He's got too much practice. You know, he's in front of his stream every day, deadpanning the whole time. It's tough work, but yeah, here it is. Our players.
Tall individual as well.
He is giant. Because you know you're normal height.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're like average height, right?
Yeah, that's why it was good interviewing like Nick Tanella and you know, everyone on the stream was like, is James standing on a crate? Is he standing on a crate? You know.
So tall. Yeah. If you saw, man, we should have had Steve in here to interview Brian today. That would have been sick.
We would have had to bust out the crate like for Commander Jesse, right?
Yeah,
so,
and Jesse is like 6 foot tall or something like that,
Yeah,
so it's about right. But here's our match. Two very, very tall characters. You know what's weird, right? Is that Balrog is listed as an inch taller than Urian in the game. But if you look at them when they're standing there, Urian's actually taller. I guess it's the hunch that Balrog has.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I love the well-spaced dash punch by Brian F. And one thing that Urian has to do in this matchup actually is that his standing jab has more range than crouching. So sometimes he has to down charge, block a dash punch, stand up, and then do jab headbutt.
Did you see that stand light kick punish? I didn't even see what button Chris had pressed, but it was from so far away, and Brian F is going to start with a perfect.
Well, it doesn't look very different.
Yeah, so in other words, we're not going to learn much here. Okay.
Different suit, but same results so far in that round. But yeah, I think Chris was probably not ready for some of the counter pokes and the awareness and knowledge that Brian had in that match. Look at that. Stuff like tagging that standing medium kick. You know, the spacing is excellent.
Yeah, and I have seen Chris do a couple of those neutral jumps, but I was just about to say, like, Brian F was on point that I saw in the casual matches with punishing that, so it's going to be a tough one.
Okay, he baits the V reversal. Brian with the jump back.
Okay.
And as Urian,
he touched the mirror at the last second, which gave ChrisG this opportunity. Now he gets the stun. How is he going to spend his meter?
Resources. Oh, no, he went for it, but the knees hit a little weird, so it's kind of tough to do there.
Yeah, missed the reset, unfortunately. Now if Balrog touches him, like he said, oh my god, that's
the trigger, and that is that. Christopher G goes down the first game for Brian F. And that wind that you just heard right there was the boxing glove whistling by from that EX dash punch.
Oh, man. Well, Chris is not going to change characters. I mean, look, obviously the second round went better than the first round.
Yes.
So if he can keep up that, you know, progression.
But by better, it was like he made a crazy comeback almost.
Yep.
Like, he was still down a lot in that round. I think Brian's strategy is very effective so far. Like, you can tell that he's very aware on how to deal with Urian. Look at that, the spacing to know that the tackle's going to whiff and punish a jab. Really, really well done.
Okay, gets the counter hit and was able to combo in a crouching medium kick, but at that range, not much else.
Yeah, at that range, you can't combo anything else, and crouching medium kick, that's a counter hit only combo anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, good work from Chris. Gets out of the loop. Advantage.
Yeah, just using that to try to build some space out of the corner. But you can see he can't get the jump in on Brian F because Brian F's anti-air with that standing medium punch has just been too good.
Yeah, it's basically... Okay, this is a big chance for Chris. We'll see if he has a mix.
Oh, he goes for the reset, so he gets extra damage. He has another one. Is he going to go for it? Oh, he just goes raw into it.
Gross. But now, V-trigger available.
Oh.
That is... Okay, I'm not going to lie. I feel like that is one of the best tools that Balrog has.
Overhead into V-trigger?
The, like, dash punch.
Oh, V-skill.
Yeah, EX dash punch, V-skill, overhead, V-trigger. That is super buff, I think.
Yes.
It's like an underused thing. Like Smug did it to Momochi the last time they played. It's really powerful.
Actually,
sick.
we had talked about clips that Brian F. was in. He had one clip where he was like, I'm going to beat this guy with footsies, and by footsies, I mean I'm going to wake up, EX dash punch into overhead V-trigger.
That was one of the best clips I've ever
And he
seen.
did exactly that. It was so sick.
That clip was pretty good. Media there from ChrisG and the charged up Fierce. Brian with the interception. You got to be very careful. He's got that V-trigger on deck. And if he buffers that medium kick into something, oh, you see the delay?
Yeah. Because that hits low. Both of those hits hit low, so it's hard to even move around once he has that V-trigger. Because crouching medium kick with Balrog also was one of his further range pokes as well.
Oh, the armor.
Oh, nice. That was so smart.
Interesting choice. Yeah, Brian got out of there. He has the V-trigger. Chris with the patience. He wants that second mirror real bad.
But you can see how Brian F. is trying to respect him a little bit here. He's not going in crazy like he was against NORESPECT.
Yeah, he knows that Chris knows a little bit. He knows more about the map.
Oh, what a bait.
That was slick. It's one of those things that you got to bring out at the end of the rounds, right? You know, Balrog has that very quick forward dash. He gets in there, and the back walk speed is good. You know, the strongest tools for shimmying are back walk speed and hit confirmable buttons. And that back walk speed is so powerful for baiting those throws. Oh, man, big damage for Brian F. already.
Again. Hey, one more mix-up. Oh, the tap.
Man, that is ugly. Already a huge lead for Brian F. here, working on a second perfect.
Well, not anymore, but still down so much in life. What? Oh, he missed the throw somehow. It almost looked like he was still in block stun.
Yeah, you might actually be right about the block stun. Oh, trade, and that's a no-go for ChrisG. Problem that ChrisG had there in those jump back OSs is that he chased with backdash.
Yeah.
Or a forward dash, but you really just want to walk up and do a raw mirror to try to punish that jump back Rotec OS, you know?
Or maybe even just try to tag him out of the air with a towards medium punch, perhaps?
Yeah, forward medium punch is a great button, too. Yeah, both of those options are great. Too far.
Too far, yeah.
Anti-air.
See, he's got that on point, and he gets the juggle off of it, so you can't even neutral jump without risking 250 to 300 damage. And yeah, because ChrisG is putting that little delay in there, because Brian F. did the armored screw upper that one time.
Oh, and that is that. Yeah, that armor made him afraid.
Right, and now that opens up Brian F.'s ability to jump out of that mirror setup every single time, because Chris won't push buttons right away.
And that is a couple of
six rounds straight.
6 straight rounds.
6 straight rounds. He did the exact same thing to NORESPECT. And then NORESPECT was able to win the 7th round. Let's see if ChrisG can even tie that at this point.
I expect an Ibuki pick ASAP.
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I guess he could go with something else, but...
Yep, there it is.
Okay, I think this makes a lot of sense. I think that this matchup, you know, as he mentioned, he feels like Ibuki is very good against characters with no reversals when he last played. And I think that makes a lot of sense because, you know, she's really good at locking down characters. I think that's something that she is strong. She's very good at forcing you to block. And that's one thing that when Balrog has to do, he doesn't have good defensive options. Oh, try to jump out.
Look at the, yeah, and he gets a juggle off of that? Okay, gonna try to punish, but not much. He just went into command dash instead.
And you know, Brian F. comes from the world of online Street Fighter, where Ibuki is a very popular character. And she has some particularly strong stats. We'll see what the guess is here. Oh, he did the wrong
for the long one, yeah.
Yeah.
3, so 3 is 0 on block.
Yeah, safe because of the bomb there.
He's just trying to bait you. Chris hasn't gone for the throw yet. He hasn't gone for the throw, so Brian can just kind of... Oh,
she's dead.
So close.
Oh, missed.
Oh my God, threw it just a little bit too early. Oh,
good block from Brian.
And the proper response.
Yes. The thing about that is that when you block that tart combo, you just start inputting your punish, no matter what, right? Because either he does 2 hits and he's unsafe, or he does 3 hits and he's still unsafe. Yep. So you got to go for one or the other. And yeah, very, very difficult to get under Balrog there because he is a wider character. You've got to command dash or slide under or something like that.
Okay, gets the crush counter, but nothing else afterwards. Not even the crouching medium punch that he's done before. Nice block, and then a counter. That's the... Oh my god. All right, but a good confirm to punish. That explosion from the kunai still locked him down, but then just got right out of there. Ooh, just catches out of there. It's so hard to even get a jump sometimes because you just get clipped on the way up. Oh, that was so sick.
So meaty, jeez. Big jump, no answer. Activation, all right, we'll see what the pressure is. Onto the bomb.
Oh, nice, got him. Not quite dead yet, though. Only one more dagger left. Oh,
that was sick.
Okay, so it took him one longer round to finally get around.
All right.
Then no respect. But this definitely looks better than what was going on with Urian.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god. And so that's the thing, is like if it's high enough, it'll wall bounce you. If it's not high enough, it's plus and you can just combo off of it.
Yeah,
so.
no big deal. Got one more bar to spend here, but does not spend it. Instead, meaty crouching medium punch, so advantaged. Counter hit combos into itself. No activation into V-trigger because it was blocked.
Just goes for the throw. Nice tech from Chris. I mean, this is a... Oh, that was an execution error. Oh, but that didn't combo.
Mix up. Chris stays in the front. Kunai, good block. And the throw tech, man, Brian's defense is on point there.
I know.
You see him just whipping that light kick. Tried to air it, but gets the light kick anyway. And, you know, even though Ibuki looked a little bit better in those first 2 rounds, I think the 3rd round, Brian really locked it down there.
Yeah. And right there at the end, it just looked like ChrisG saw that neutral jump whiff. So he's like, gotta get in there to punish. And he dashed, and unfortunately, it still was just too long. And then the 3-frame light kick was able to punish that. It's
oh, missed his punish, and that's real unfortunate for Chris. You know, that dash punch was, and it was a combo attempt from Brian, because counter hit dash punch, combos in a jab, and a dash punch again, but he just wasn't in range.
You see that stand medium punch, even stopping him from that cross-up distance, one of the other things that makes it so good. Okay, he's going to be able to confirm, yep, he still has another bomb. There we go. He's going to be able to get a combo off that. Doesn't even need it because it's going to be a stun. Oh, no, he didn't think he was going to cross him up, but he did. Oh, my God.
This is so dangerous. Does he counter poke? No, he stays patient. Chris is 1 hit from losing. Oh, man. How many of these are you going to eat? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it.
You are dead. Yeah, Brian, you see the head shake there? I think he knows he could have killed with outspending the bar, but it was just one of those things where he automatically was committed to that combo. So he was like, all right, well, you know, I'll spend it.
Yeah, it's 1 round, you know, might as well just build the meter again in the next round.
Yeah, Barog builds bar real quick.
Okay,
Punish.
yeah, opportunity now for ChrisG to get the punish. Just goes for the knockdown instead of the mix-up.
Crush counter, and that's very close to stun. Stun it'll be. He's got all the kunai to spend. Look at the lack of scaling.
Oh my God.
Right? It's crazy. I feel like, I don't know what it is about that kunai.
Raida combo.
Yeah, the kunai where you hold the button and you release, it just does a lot of damage. There's a punish, and Ibuki stand like a huge range. So it's one of those things where you can punish at a lot of distances.
And Chris there opting to go for the EX uppercut in the middle. Oh my God, lasted just long enough to make it all the way through. There you said that crouching medium punch, so plus on block. Oh my God, the crush counter sweep sets up a safe jump for Brian F.
Oh, the fake out. Man, that is so good. It's pretty much guaranteed to catch your opponent and make them flinch.
Because the scariest part is you see the flash, and inside your brain you're like, oop, got a block.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see this. Yeah, it's so hard to get behind him.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta do something tricky. Oh, missed his punish, but still Brian with the big lead. He's very close to building V-trigger as well. He can just do the overhead and then he'll build it. Caught him. Scary times now. The pressure, the jump out. Chris so close to closing this out.
Look at this defense from Brian. He just wasn't scared of the throw at all. Oh, and you could even see ChrisG reel back and just, yeah, the head shake. The head shake from ChrisG now, 5-0.
Yeah, Brian, that dash punch at the end, he had V-trigger available anyway, so it's one of those things where he just wanted an activation, force the mix-up, get that advantage, and he did a really good job. Oh, man. Oh,
he missed. Oh, well, you know what? Here.
It was a setup.
Yeah.
It was an elaborate ruse. The oldest trick in the book.
That button's kind of good.
It's
Standing
pretty good.
heavy kick, yeah. Oh, that was, again, that super meaty. Oh, yeah.
He's too prepared.
Yeah.
He's too prepared, yeah.
He's too prepared. And honestly, like, Brian has said this. He's like, oh, I just mostly practice online. And the matchup knowledge that you get from that, and it just makes you prepared for so many things. So, you know, a lot of times people say, oh, online's not real, blah, 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 blah. But look where it's gotten Brian F. at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's mastering for a reason, right? You get used to dealing with all kinds of tomfoolery, including stuff like that. Stun. He's dead. Yeah.
Jeez.
So they just each stack.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a lot.
It's almost like, you know what? If you're planning to use all your resources, we're going to make it worth your time.
For sure, yeah. Okay. That is the jab kunai release.
3, yep, 0.
It looked like ChrisG jumping there.
It's so weird, too, because, like, when he does 3 and he's 0, it still feels like his light kick beats out everybody else's 3 frames, right? It's like the living on the tradition of Balrog having a 2.5 frame.
His jab is faster than everybody else. Yeah, I remember in Street Fighter 4 people saying this.
Yeah.
His jab is just way faster than everybody else's.
It's like a faster 3 frames than everybody else's. Okay, here we go. Can he get... Oh, he stayed in front that time and...
Oh, missed. Oh, I didn't get the combo.
Oh, that was fortunate that he got hit out of the air. And so the second one missed, and he was able to land and punish in time. ChrisG gets his first game.
Okay. Definitely not out of this yet. Which, you know, he can start to bring this back here, and I think he is starting to look more comfortable than he was before.
Round 1.
Am I correct in saying the score is 5-1 yet? Okay.
Yes.
So, you know, Brian with the big lead here, but Chris, I feel like a lot of those Urian games he lost, and like that happens. And the Ibuki looks much better. So if there's any time to make a comeback, it's going to be with this character. We were trying to jab check and walk Chris down punch. No, he was a little concerned about the range.
Yeah, one of the things I will say about Brian is that his button choice and timing is just really good.
Oh, so close. If this mix-up hits stun,
oh, he finally went to the other side. He's like, you know what? No one's believing that I'm going to go to the other side. Everyone keeps blocking it. Fine, I'm finally going to go to the other side.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, but the mix-ups, the bomb stun, which is the one-hit stun that does a lot of damage. Oh, Brian with a little wrist there.
Oh, armor on Wake Up. Yep, to stop the poke. Kind of get off me move.
Yeah, that meaty from Ibuki can be escaped pretty easily. You can backdash it, armor out of it. It's one of those things you got to be ready for. Oh, try the counter hit combo, was a little too far. 2 in a row. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you're right. His anti-air percentage on that is crazy. In the front again, yeah.
And you see Brian F. walking back afterwards, just makes it hard for the throws to connect. Oh, nice catch on the overhead attempt. So ChrisG now going to get the punish. What's the mix-up? Oh, got him.
Back in the front, yeah. Brian was not ready for the punish. Oh, he throw tech.
Jump back OS,
oh,
and he's going to be trigger. Yeah, that's wow. And ChrisG just can't be happy about that. It's like he was trying so much work there to drain that little bit of extra life that he got hit one time.
In the front. Oh, he missed his medium kick. Pressure. And Chris's Ibuki, I think, is really built around finding a lot of advantage, you know, finding like pressure and making you block, looking for offense. That's really his strength. But Brian smothering stun already. He's got 2 bars.
There's 1 and 2. Yep.
1 more for the round. We see him, he looked for that throw bait just in case. He's got a lot of great damage up there as well. But Chris
with the torch heavy punch just caught him by surprise.
Uh-oh, mix up here, left, right. It's behind again. Oh no, he dropped it.
But still an opportunity. That stun is still up there, but now it's draining, so it's got to be honest now. The comeback has got to be honest. He's not going to be able to get any stun combos.
Good blocks from Brian. But he's got to activate that V-trigger. You see him swinging with that crouching medium kick.
ChrisG has just not gone for a lot of throws. Brian F. has been really good about just blocking and staying defensive.
Chris with that big fierce. He has no kunai left, is the problem. You know, even if he lands it, there's nothing he can cancel it. Ah, the trade, yeah. With no kunai, it's like really like, I don't know, yeah, how you approach, how do you buffer, like what's your strat for the Ibuki? And Brian was never ever giving up space to allow that kunai reload.
He knew. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay in your face this whole entire time. 6-1 for Brian F.
Pick up for ChrisG, and that wake up tap It's definitely something that's very tough to deal with. If your original meaty doesn't hit, you gotta have a second normal ready to beat it. Oh, misses punish. Command dash in the front. Yeah, that's one thing that Ibuki players are using a lot more now is that light kick command dash, the one that just leaves you right in their face. EX, of course. And he didn't have the release after to get the stun.
Oh, oh boy.
This is bad news for ChrisG here. Mix up.
Reset. Oh, he went for the throw. Oh my god, that wasn't a crush counter, but he's still close to stun. One more hit. Okay, nice job from Chris to get out of there. Gets the throw. Bomb didn't hit.
No, not off that throw, but you got to be careful if you're Chris. There's a lot of gauge left for Brian down there. He's got that V-trigger. You see these? These are all fakes. He needs to keep his charge.
Oh my god, he just snuck in there. He just snuck in there with that dash. Every time ChrisG feels like he has the opportunity to take this round, Brian F just snatches it from him.
Walk down pressure from ChrisG, trying to stagger it and get in there. Oh, the release. Yeah, look at all the kunai he gets back. 4 of them.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, out of range for that throw. Yeah, the walk back from Brian. Overhead.
Oh, so meaty, yeah.
It's such a bad spot to be in. Oh, dash out of the corner. Goes for the throw.
I like it. Okay, here we go. Mix up, keeps himself safe with that bomb. That's the second time that Brian F has kind of looked like he did the jump OS tech and just gets hit out of the air. Oh my god, he's going to convert that.
Caught him at the last second, move him back. Brian F, 7-1 over Chris. And I feel like Chris, every one of these rounds is so close. And at the end, he just gets caught by a dash punch or something, or anything in a V-trigger, and he just gets picked up because of it.
Oh, man.
It's these end-of-the-round scenarios where he's having trouble.
Did you think you could jump away from me and you just get tagged by my dash punch? Let me continue comboing this into juggle, into super, and you're dead.
That's the way it goes.
Well, ChrisG definitely likes what Ibuki has given him as opposed to Urian, but, oh, man.
Yeah, the score, I mean, it's tough, right? It's like, it's not like it's getting any easier as this goes on.
Right.
And yeah, the amount of, like, straight buttons that Brian F just finds on people is crazy. Oh, punish, yes. -4 on that, so he's gonna get the activation. Side switch.
Oh, he did. He went for the throw. I like that. Still got a bomb on deck. Hasn't spent it yet.
Excellent interrupt on that dash from Brian F, and he's 1 hit from taking this now. Oh, he found it. Okay. Second bomb. He just wants to mix up instead. He's very close to stun.
Tried to chase him down with that towards fierce punch, but it didn't work. The towards heavy punch didn't quite connect.
So Brian's got that V-gate.
Oh, nice.
Mix up. Brian F still has V-trigger on deck. No more kunai. Oh, you see he's building that critical R.
Oh, that was so smart. Yeah. Okay. I was like, is this going to happen again? Is ChrisG going to just get come back on?
Imagine if instead of that dash, that upper, he just did like dash punch super. And it just like hit. Like, that's another alternate reality over.
Oh, boy.
Bringing up the big stuff. And Chris has not interrupted the a lot of those V-skill cancels, so.
Oh, what a neutral jump. And he even gets the sweep afterwards. Did you see him walk up that time? Because he noticed that Brian F likes to walk backwards.
See Brian, he landed that attack and then went back and went for that medium kick buffer. Oh, punish, yeah.
Brian F always ready for those punishes.
Yeah, Chris has got to start canceling doing light punch, medium punch, light kick.
Yeah.
It's a safe option. It's a hard thing to block confirm, but you got to go for it.
Yeah, or just go for that and just accept the smaller amount of damage, you know. Oh, God.
Oh, dropped it. Oh, but he got the counter hit combo anyway. One more for stun. Oh, that was so far.
We accidentally shimmied him way back into the throw range.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you hit your button a little too early and you get caught for it. The kunai actually missed. It didn't hit fully. Okay, tap V skills to set up that Chris likes. Oh, slide it was?
Oh, either that he went to the forward, to the same side.
Anti-air. Other side again, and he picks the combo up. Down medium punch into that target combo. Brian F, huge lead here over Chris.
8-1. Yeah. 8-1. And you can kind of see the life draining out of ChrisG's face.
Got
right
hit by
now.
the real life crush counter.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Brian started with that IRL dash punch. He walked up for the handshake. He was like, straight. And then from there, he had the life lead the whole time. Oh, that round was such a dangerous button to play, you know, ground game against from bar. Yeah, it's just like, look at all the gray that ChrisG has on his life bar. Yeah.
Well, it's all gone now.
It was so much. It just adds up real quick if you're not careful. Oh. Yeah, today Brian has definitely set a record for the amount of crush counters landed in any sets of Street Fighter. It's just absurd. Man, this pressure in the corner, very dangerous now.
Oh boy, here we go.
He gets standing reset here.
Standing reset's so good because you just don't even have to worry about the quick rise or the back roll. You circumvent that whole entire thing.
Yeah, you just get to go right for what you're looking for. Empty low, excellent block.
Yeah, just sniff that out. Yeah, really scared to throw that kunai. Oh my god.
That did like a billion chip, I feel like. It just like, I watched the life bar and I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, and now tossing a kunai is just going to get him supered in the face.
Oh, that's punishable, but...
Oh, that was confirmable. Okay.
A lot of mistakes there. Then they had the simultaneous head scratch after, too. They both were like,
Just walked away. Nice. Going to get to the other side and punish that in time.
Side switch, yes. Yeah. Oh, back out of the corner. ChrisG living.
Nice block on the overhead. Spending a lot of meter to try to keep that pressure going because he really wanted the stun, but the stun's not going to happen.
Did he get him? No, the clean block, and this is a punish and a stun. And a game for ChrisG, all right.
8-2.
Yeah, he sensed that there was a little bit of panic on the defense from Brian F. And there was. So ChrisG alive and well. 8-2 though. Not where you want to be.
Man, yeah, been pretty rough so far.
Round one. Fight.
The thing for Chris is that he's got to keep this adjustment up, you know. It's not something you can just get 1 or 2 games and then it's going to be fine. Like, he's really got to find a way to keep this offense going. And I really feel like that's what's keeping him alive here, is his pressure. Oh,
Okay,
was in the middle of it.
Yeah, interrupts the overhead attempt. Oh, tries to delay the chain, but did it too long. Okay,
jab interrupt.
Yeah, challenge. He should be able to take it off of this. Oh no, he didn't go for the EX. Oh, he didn't have the meter for it. He didn't have the meter for it.
Did kind of a weird combo.
Yeah, it's like he tried to not do part of it to make it easier, hoping that it would kill, and it just didn't. Oh, caught him by surprise. I think he went for the anti-air.
Yeah, like expecting a normal jump instead of the jump kunai.
Ooh, too far for the cross-up, and then a nice dash-up throw. Just punches her out of the air. Or something. It
sounded like
oh! Yeah, exactly.
Anti-air. Hit him with the Yeah, whoever did the voice work for this character was overpaid, for sure.
Well, he did, I don't know. Maybe he was overpaid by the Balrog players.
Yeah, like I feel like somebody at Capcom was like, all right, this is the line I want you to deliver. And he was like,
he does get to the other side. Oh, and he went for the throw that time.
He did an excellent job, but you know.
Yeah. Oops. Here we go. Goes for the low. Keeps himself safe. Oh, that back jump is going to work.
Mix
Goes
up.
for the mix-up. Oh, that was such an odd... It's like he...
Again. Yeah, a little too greedy on that dash punch mix-up.
All right. 4 rounds in a row for ChrisG. Is it too little too late?
Well, I mean, he's going to need a lot of games. And I feel like the chance of not getting hit by a crush counter roundhouse and losing a round, 2 rounds, is very difficult, you know?
Oh my god, especially if you're going to throw out uppercuts like that. But she doesn't get crush countered afterwards, so that's nice.
Yeah, no invincibility on there.
Yeah, see, now he's conditioned ChrisG not to hit a button after the turnaround punch, so...
And lovely anti-air, man. That's rough. That is super rough. counter hit combo, and that'll do it. Clean round for Brian. You can't ask for much more. I mean, he did an excellent job to snipe the neutral jump with his upper, and I mean, that is so effective. You know, you can't actually see Brian's hands, but his buffering on that is crazy. Like, he's out there buffering the input constantly when there's that range on screen that you want to look for. Crush counter.
The crazy thing is, to be honest, we're sitting pretty far from him. And we have headphones on. We have audio pumping through our, but I can hear his joystick.
Yes.
Like, you can hear it because he's
the way he's buffering.
Yeah.
Constantly looking for stuff. And you can see it in the way he plays footsies a lot of times, right? It's like this pre-buffered button into stuff. Oh,
no, it didn't combo. Oh, and he's going to take a chunko damage.
Throw will kill here. Make a button go from
far. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Boom.
He's got 2 kunai left.
So, okay, yeah.
He's out of kunai now. In the front.
He stayed in the front.
He could have EX'd. I'm so surprised he didn't EX, but it worked out anyway.
He's just going to save the meter for the next round. Yeah, that was a brave meter conservation from ChrisG. Oh, God. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're just going to get punched out of the air.
What did he even say? I feel like it was 4, right? Yeah, I feel like he said or. It's like or? Does that mean 3 or 4? It's like right in the middle.
Oh, here we go. ChrisG getting a hit. Staying in front. Yeah, it's so hard to get to the other side. But
stun.
Oh, he got him with it. They always go for the throw for some reason on that last one. Oh, he's not quite dead yet.
He's dead. Dead now. And that's, what is that?
8-4 now.
3 straight games for Chris?
3 straight games for Chris, yes. So Chris, I mean, here, look, when you fight a character like Balrog, you can obviously tell Chris has feelings about this character.
Oh, feelings, yeah.
Feelings about Balrog. And once that happens, sometimes you psych yourself out, right? I wouldn't know anything about that in Urian, you know?
Yeah.
But, maybe Chris has finally kind of gathered himself a little bit, you know? Yeah, great punish. Using that V skill a lot more. Just keeps himself out of the corner. I love it. Oh, but then just the counter poke light kick.
Oh, you see, ChrisG is not hitting those buttons after these, you know, staggered dash punches, and that should be the round.
That should do it, yeah. The bomb is going to take it for him. There you go.
So Chris working on a major comeback here. And Brian, I feel like he has adjusted, you know, he's done a lot of really, he's had a lot of really strong choices throughout the set, but what I'm concerned about here is his ability to adjust and find additional layers in his game plan, you know what I mean?
Right.
If there's stuff beyond the initial strategy, that's what he needs to go to.
Right, because he may have shown all of his cards a little too quickly, so now Chris has kind of adapted to all of them. And Chris is able to change things a little bit, and now Brian needs to do that. Otherwise, this pattern could continue. You know, even though Brian picked up a quick lead on Chris, remember, 3 of those rounds came from Urian.
Yeah. Pressure again, and look at this. ChrisG's offense, and I feel like he's kind of moving in a way that's tough to pin down now. Tagged. That wake-up button, very risky. Second, and he gets out of there, but he forces Brian to lose his V trigger, which is so important. That'll do it.
Yeah, because here's an interesting stat. ChrisG is 5-4 Ibuki versus Balrog now.
In his favor, or?
In his favor. In his favor. He actually has a winning record with his Ibuki now because he lost the first 3 games with Urian and then changed right away. And since then, well, he's won the last 4 games, so that'll help the record a lot.
Yeah, I feel like now it's on Brian to see if he can make the adjustment, you know? And this is kind of the position I feel like he's been in at a few majors now, and like he has to make that little change, right? That a little additional thing to his game plan when someone starts to figure out the way he plays. He's got to have that second or third or fourth layer of choices, of mix-ups, of play style. You know, you got to have those things deep down there.
Plus another thing too is, you know, for Brian F, we've already talked about it. He hasn't been able to travel as much as other people, right? Nerves are starting to come into effect here because ChrisG is starting to make the comeback, and you're thinking to yourself, dang it, what's the adjustment here? Why is he beating me now and I can't fight him the same way I did earlier? Good block. Ooh, try to delay that almost like as a frame trap. Lets himself get hit.
Don't take OS to live.
Oh my
He's
God.
got a lot of
Didn't
gauge.
chase, yeah.
You know, we've seen how many times in this situation ChrisG has lost rounds.
Yep.
Oh, the trade. Yeah, yo, look at the damage difference. Oh, man.
Oh my God. Oh, ChrisG is so brave to challenge that.
If that had not been in his favor, oh, man.
But that's punishable.
Yeah, risky overhead from Brian for sure. And it feels like we've seen a lot more of that stuff out of him, a little bit more desperation, right?
ChrisG right now is with punishing with that crouch medium punch so good. He's just putting himself at great ranges where Brian F isn't able to quite aim his buttons properly.
Yeah, you think that? I feel like Brian's getting a little antsy. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. I feel like instead of having this clean, kind of clinical ground game and interruption that he was playing before, Chris is allowing Brian to make the first move, and he's doing a good job about it. Like before, I think like Chris was moving and Brian was just like rounds, like just crushing everything. Now Chris is kind of either beating him to the punch on offense or waiting for him in mid-range and capitalizing.
Round 1.
8-6.
Fight.
If it wasn't for those first 3 games, like I said, it would be 6-5 right now in favor of ChrisG.
Yeah, it seems like Brian much more.
Oh yeah, so previous one was 5-5. Sorry, my bad, not 5-4. Not 5-4.
Yeah, it's Brian much more comfortable against the Urian of Chris than the Ibuki for sure. Like at first he was looking good against Ibuki, but I think now Chris is starting to realize the patterns and the way he likes to play neutral.
He still hasn't been able to get the jumps in on Brian F though.
Oh, punish? Yeah. A lot of throws too, landing.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot more. Ooh, okay, I like the air-to-air. Oh, he gets him this waist meter like that. That's such a win against Balrog. Goes for the knockdown, goes for meaty stuff. Here comes that pressure, yep. Oh, another dagger, wow.
And Brian was just in the middle of EX. He's really forcing the issue, and I feel like he's lost some of that patience and some of that ground game that was working out so well for him before is not like the same.
Yep, and that's the nerves. That's the nerves.
Okay, he's gonna get the mix up here, take the offense, and just go for the back throw.
Oh, Chris did nothing. Oh my God.
But you see, Chris actually finally went for that target call more light kick. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Meaty dash punch.
I like that V reversal. Just get him off of it. That's punishable, but just at the right range.
Yeah, maybe a standing light kick from Ibuki would have reached.
Okay, gets the jump in. Nice defense from Brian. Still not teching though. So ChrisG feels like he tried to train him into teching throws, but Brian has just not been buying into that.
Oh, so close to stun. A back throw here will stun. Oh, the over. Okay, this is huge. This is massive. If he hits this reset, oh, he doesn't go for anything additional. He only had 1 dagger, so maybe didn't want to spend it, but that's that.
Okay.
8-7.
Here's another stat for you. Since for this win streak, ChrisG has won 12 rounds in a row. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry.
Brian got 1, right?
Yeah, he got 1 round. He got 1 round in game number 12.
Yeah, I feel like Brian has gone. I'm surprised he didn't take time to think about this, you know?
Well, that's one of those nervous rookie kind of things, right? I mean, I'm not saying Brian is a rookie, but he doesn't quite have the long set practice.
Yeah, for sure. It's a different mindset than 2 out of 3, right? Which is, you know, what ranked is. It's what, you know, tournaments are. So it's kind of like a different format. You got to be prepared in these long sets to stay solid, to adapt your game plan.
One of the things that you mentioned that was so key was, you know, having that extra layer of strategy, right?
Yeah.
One of the biggest... Oh, he missed the juggle. Oh, he didn't have the EX right. Oh, the dagger caught him!
Not enough. Almost out of kunai as well.
The one thing about it is when you play online, because you play people so in shorter sets, it's easier to show all your cards right away.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you're not worried about it, and you don't think about saving stuff for later. Oh, that was such a risky slide, Chris.
Mix up. Good block and the V reversal.
Oh!
He waited so long to hit the button, and ChrisG is 1 round from tying up what looked like a hopeless set.
Holy crap, ChrisG. This is showing why ChrisG is one of the best in the country. This kind of resolve, this never say die, this ability to make this comeback after anybody else would be mentally crushed.
For sure.
but this is what ChrisG knows he is capable of. Daggers time, yep. Oh my gosh!
That was a lot of damage, and Brian F. definitely feeling it. That is 8 apiece.
I thought it was done, but Chris Genius, this guy right here.
K-Brad didn't send any old goon. He sent the leader of the goon squad over there.
Yep, representing the nation of ChrisG. ChrisG has tied this up.
So no time there from Brian F. He didn't take any chance to, you know, kind of sit there and think about it.
He was down 8-1. It's 8-8 right now.
Sure is.
He's won 7 in a row. I can't even explain right now how nervous Brian is right now. I can't even explain to you how much this guy is feeling the pressure.
Because I feel like he's at the point where, like, the last 3 to 4 games, he's like, you know, he's got a big comeback going, but I can do it. I'm fine, right? So he just keeps going back into it, and then, like, Chris gets another game. He's like, I'll be fine.
Like, right now, if we could zoom in on that camera on the up left, you'd probably see the bead of sweat coming down his head.
Single bead.
Oh, did you see him chase down the backdash even to try to get that throw?
Scary spot for Brian F. I feel like he has not had a good V-trigger activation in a while. Like, oh, you see, kick the ball.
So, you know, remember very early on I said I just like Brian F's button timing. I felt like he had better button timing. ChrisG has completely turned that around. He's been able to catch stray crouching medium punches. He just knows when to hit. We just went for the uppercut.
Yeah, panics. I feel like, and now ChrisG is technically in the lead of this set. Brian, I feel like panicked at the end there, and I feel like he's been so antsy since this comeback started. He's like a little too greedy about everything. Like, I think he's no longer taking his time, and stuff like that is gonna get him killed, you know?
Okay, they're just going for the wake-up buttons. ChrisG backdashing. See, but like I said, these button timings that he has have just been connecting a lot more.
Oh, whiff punish from ChrisG.
Again.
Definitely in the front, yeah.
Yeah, and ChrisG said, you know it's definitely in the front, so I'm going to throw you instead. Yeah, Brian F hasn't had any opportunities to land any of those big damage combos that we saw early on. Here we go, throw into the bomb, but...
Another throw.
Yeah, because he had to quick rise to avoid the bomb. Okay, 3.
Another antsy dash, and that should be the game. Bam, big one for ChrisG there. He is now in the lead, 9-8. Brian F needs to close out 2 games straight. He has lost 8 in a row.
Dude, like I said, he has lost 8 in a row, and he's only gotten 1 round. When this thing started, ChrisG only got 2 rounds in the first 5 games.
He readied up. I can't believe he didn't take any time to think about it.
It is 8-9. ChrisG is at 9 games right now.
Man, what a monumental comeback from Chris.
This is what separates the men from the boys here in Street Fighter. Right now, if you had any doubt about the kind of mental prowess and skill that a player like ChrisG possesses, this is a good indication right here. It's not over yet, but just to even make this comeback and take the lead is ridiculous.
Look where he's at right now. He's nullified this V-trigger pressure. He's hanging out.
No
he is
kunai.
looking comfortable on the ground.
No kunai, though.
Okay, this is scary. This is where the pressure gets going from Brian.
Just
the stare down.
The Mexican standoff. Reservoir Dogs.
Patience here, both of them.
Look how much more scared Brian is hitting buttons. ChrisG has convinced him to not hit a lot of buttons because he's so scared. And
buffer!
No!
That miss buffer. It caught ChrisG out of the air, so he was able to land and punish.
Point for ChrisG.
The comeback, he's bringing it all the way back.
Can he take this?
Somewhere. Oh man, almost got a chase down. You know, somewhere K-Brad is incredibly impressed by the goon he sent. Okay, here we go. Brian F with an opportunity. Oh my God, he saw it, and he had the EX uppercut ready. Ooh, threw out all those kunai. Wow. And no challenge on that dash so many times. Oh, good block on the overhead. Okay. But didn't turn that throw bait into anything. ChrisG, no kunai. Overhead.
God, God, he is. That was like the 5th layer of that mix-up that we just saw from ChrisG going for that.
God.
Okay. Oh, first time in a long time he's actually landed this.
EX, not going to be enough, though. He needs one more gas
God.
versus Chris.
And she has a V trigger, but no kunai.
No kunai, yeah. So that was a terrifying whiff. But even if he gets something in a V trigger, it's like he doesn't have any resources. So he's got to do a tar combo. He's got to do down strong into like upper. Oh my! Activate. It wasn't that scary because of the lack of kunai. Yeah, he's just not worried. There's no setup there.
And that was because, remember, Chris threw those kunai across the screen and he blocked it. He was only able to gain 1 back. So somehow I don't think Chris is going to make that. Oh my God.
And look at this pressure now. Very close to stun. Now he can go behind. And what a block.
Finally, Brian was ready for that block. Not ready for that teleport, though. The nerves right now. Oh my God, he wanted that stun. He wanted that stun, but he's going to be okay.
He's in a great position now. And Brian, he doesn't have his full V-trigger yet either. He could die before he gets it. Oh, the pressure.
Oh my God.
V-trigger available.
Okay, woke up. He's activated. Here we go.
Standing reset. Does Chris risk the uppercut? The tap. One more for stun.
Not quite yet.
It's an overhead. Oh, and he might be able to close this out. There's not a lot of scaling. He's going to have critical art.
Oh,
where was the cancel? Oh, God.
Oh.
Where was the cancel from Brian F? But either way, he goes to a final game.
Guess what?
Wait, is that the side he can't critical art from? I know he has a side where he can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, Brian F wins his first couple of rounds. Round 2 and 3 since game 10.
Jeez.
We're at game 19.
Yeah.
Last game. Last game, last round. Well, not last round yet. Last game.
Very close, yeah.
Yeah, might as well be.
Ooh, a couple of buttons from Brian, and I like that he was willing to hit those buttons. And the pace, I feel like, is now, he's waiting for Chris to do a little bit more than he was before.
Brian's finally made an adjustment in that last game, it feels like. Chris has not been able to punish that in time.
Yeah, I feel like universally his chase downs on OS throw tech is not that good. He has the same problem with Guile, and Guile is one of the easier punishes. V-trigger mix-up now.
But I gotta tell you right now, if ChrisG loses this, can you imagine how frustrating it would be to make this comeback and then still lose?
Yeah, all those games straight. Activate second bomb, the backdash from Brian, the throw. That was so
smart.
It gets him out of there, and he just needs any old button now. A little down short, a little check. And the whiff throw gets the down jab. Brian F on match point.
Set point now. Oh my God.
You see the patience. ChrisG trying to work his way in there.
Now the nerves are on ChrisG's side. That's the first crush counter roundhouse we've seen in like 11 games.
It's a huge one too. It's a lot of damage for Chris to eat. Oh, the dash through. No check from Brian. He even got hit.
Anti-air, because it's so scary to anti-air Balrog. Oh, he got him.
Knockdown. And he's got the pressure. He's gotten the throw there so many times.
Right. Good block on the dash. Oh, he gets the mix-up. Oh, buttons. So Brian F is hitting a lot more light kicks now.
This could be it. This is such a dangerous position, the delay.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Gets the pickup off of it, but it was EX. Oh, he can punish him.
Oh, but it was the wrong way.
He got him.
Oh, my God.
Man, Brian F brought it back after ChrisG got so many games straight. Oh, that was quite the set. Whew.
Oh my God.
All on the low.
ChrisG has got to be so angry right now.
That was a brutal, grueling set. I mean, just like the comeback from ChrisG was so ridiculous. And I thought the nerves were just going to shatter, right? It's just such a terrifying, because anybody who's like, when you lose that many games straight, you're just like, this is it. Like, this is the end. But the resolve to hang in there until the very end from Brian F, especially you can see that he gathered his confidence after he got that one win.
He just needed that one round.
That's all you need.
He needed one round. He needed
one
round because, like I said, I mean, Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to 1 rounds.
In that time period, that stretch.
In that stretch, 16 to 1 rounds.
Dang. That is an absurd ratio for ChrisG.
Oh my God. And he still lost. And you know what? Now all ChrisG is thinking to himself is, I should have just went with Ibuki from the start.
Yeah, if he didn't go Urian, I feel like he would have been fine. That was the big factor in this set, was those 3 games he gave up as Urian.
I have no words. I don't even know what to say at this point in time. I'm
an absurd set.
that was footsies.
That was fundamentals, ground game, and spacing. All the good old things we love, man. What a crazy set
that was. Street Fighter. That was some Street Fighter right there.
That was terrifying.
My God. Oh my God.
Sets like that are bad for your health. You know, it's like it's really hard. It's really hard to watch. I feel like every good Street Fighter player is gonna die at 50 because of sets like that. They're just like, there's no way the heart can handle that many games, right? Like it's just the average life expectancy must go down.
Oh man, I don't even know if my heart can handle this, and I was just watching it. So, but you know, heartbreak on both sides, you know, but like I said, Brian F pulling through and. Dude, I'm so scared to talk to Chris. But we're gonna do that after the break. So if you want to see what he's gonna say,
hang in there.
Hang in there. I have no words. That was so many questions. Okay, let's talk about this match. You ran off to a quick lead over ChrisG. I think you were up 8-1.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then ChrisG rattled off 8 wins, 16 rounds. You won 1 round. What happened there? Like, can you say what adjustment Chris made to go on that streak?
Yeah, so I kind of just started out of the gate playing my typical game plan, and it was working way better than I kind of expected to. So I started to just run away with it, and then he made the adaptation to start throwing a lot more. So I kind of noticed that he would just typically frame trap, so I became kind of comfortable just not challenging, letting him push himself out, and then I would just, you know, do some kind of string to get back in, and he became much more aware of that, and so started going for a lot of throws. So on defense I was much less comfortable, and his neutral, just he knew exactly the spots to to approach, and he knew how to use Ibuki's V skill, while Balrog can use V skill to get around it. It's kind of difficult to do consistently because of the charge variation and just the spacing where she does it at. So sometimes you saw I went for overhead to go through it a few times, but you have to do it right away. Overhead has more fireball invincibility, so if she does like a different variation, you won't get hit out of it, where V skill P is faster but has less fireball invincibility, so sometimes you may get hit through it. So he started using that really effectively, and at times where I wasn't ready, and he just understood the spacing a lot more of where I wanted to approach. He started interrupting me if I tried to dash in randomly. He would mix up his spacing so dash punches were whiffing. So basically anything I was going for, I was like 100% downloaded, and I think that's kind of like a weakness with me of a player. I get downloaded pretty easily, and I usually have like one game plan. So it's something that it's happened to me plenty of times. Like I haven't been in that. It's not a new situation. I mean, this is a much bigger deal for it to be happening in at ESL, but I've definitely played sets against good players who I start off strong and they figure me out, and then I'm like, okay, I need to figure out how to start adapting back and reevaluating my strategy. So ChrisG is world-class fighting game player. So when it started happening, I was like, okay, he's probably gonna start downloading me, but I built up a big lead, and I can use this, just try to stay calm, and like I can play and learn what he's going to do, and not just don't